Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches. RetroReview episode 62. Summer camp continues. Yay!
Oh boy, am I excited?
Yes, tonight we're reviewing Outrageous Fortune.
Outrageous Fortune!
Dedicated to Authentic Paint, who requested this on Patreon. So thank you for your support and your good choice. This was so fun. I had never seen this movie.
I am so excited to talk about this movie. I was obsessed with this movie as a child.
Oh, love it.
Absolutely obsessed with it, and I'm excited to talk about it with you.
Yes.
From a person who's just seen it, and so I'm glad that it wasn't like my rose-colored glasses of childhood.
I had so much fun.
Great.
First things first.
Of course.
Shout out to our Patreon supporters. $5 a month gets you early access. $10 gets you access to our viewing parties. Unfortunately,
outrageous fortunately,
technology was not on our side, and this one did not make it through, which is a bummer because I was cackling, and you'll just have to go watch it for yourselves. But I do really recommend going to see it because
I really do.
Going to see it.
Go out to one of those movie palaces and
Go to
buy yourself a
Blockbuster
ticket for $1 and.
Second thing second, shout out to our wine sponsor, Wink. Go to trywink.com/moviebitches. You get $22 off your first month on wine. Third things third, make sure to subscribe, share, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Click that little thumbs up button. Comment, have you seen Outrageous Fortune? Have you watched it now? Tell us all about it.
Oh my gosh. Yes, so Outrageous Fortune, the 1987 camp classic.
Yes.
Starring Shelly Long and Bette Midler, or if you were on the East Coast, Bette Midler, Shelly Long. There was like a thing where they both, when they signed on, they both said, you're going to get top billing.
Oh.
And so they split the country in half. And if you were on the, I don't remember if it's West, which one was West, which one was East. But
that's really funny.
Shelly Long, West Coast, So
on the VHS, Bette got top billing.
Bette got the top. So
wow.
Maybe I bought this in the West Coast. Again, I'm mixing which one it was.
Sure.
It's like Paul Newman and Steve McQueen in Towering Inferno. They couldn't decide, who was going to get top billing. So one of them got left billing and one of them got literally higher top right billing.
So stupid.
Just a big old dick measuring contest.
Yep.
But we're not talking about Towering Inferno, although we could do a disaster month.
That'd be fun.
Would not be mad at doing a disaster movie month.
I've really been wanting to watch Volcano.
Oh boy.
I don't think it's good.
No. Well, I think
it might be good in a bad way. Like, it's so bad that it's good. I feel like that could be the case. I would like to find out at some point.
Potentially, yes. But anyway, yes, Outrageous Fortune is a movie near and dear to my heart. Obsessed with both of these women.
Yes.
After watching this, I was like really sad that they didn't get to do any more movies together because I thought their chemistry was amazing.
Excellent.
I thought they could have been, and this is somewhat sexism, I'm sure, they could have been a Walter Matthau, Jack Lemmon. They could have been a Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder. What's the next Bette and Shelley movie that we're going to be on this adventure? Fuck, I would have watched
Sign me up.
all of them.
Yes.
I mean, we can't hope that would still happen anymore, but...
No, because neither of them really have the same joie de vivre, I don't think.
I bet they do, but no one's casting them as leads in it.
Well, no.
But, bring them into these shitty book club
movies.
I
was just going to say, absolutely bring them into the fold of the book club crowd.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. More of that. More of them. I forgot. Okay, so I love that basically...
We already said everyone go watch this, right?
Oh yeah, go watch it. 100%,
I did, yes. Go watch it. It is so funny. The pacing is great. Tight script. Intricate script.
Yes.
Good use of time.
Yes.
Good use of screen time.
Great use of accent work.
Oh boy. So yes, go find it, watch it.
Yeah, at the time of watching, it was not streaming. But by time of posting, who knows?
Next week, who knows?
So if it's streaming, great. If it's not, I would say you could easily spend a few dollars and rent it.
Absolutely.
So Shelly Long is basically just doing Diane Chambers.
Yeah.
But it works, and I love it. I wrote notes of mostly just lines where she's doing different accent work that I found absolutely hilarious.
Right. Okay, so the basic plot of Outrageous Fortune is Shelly Long and Bette Midler are both actresses
Yep.
from very different schools of acting.
Yes.
Stop! Please, do not screech at anyone else. I am trying to prepare for an audition here. Actors are just bullshitters who get paid.
Opposites attract, who inadvertently, on their end,
Fall in love
with the same man.
Yes, who happens to be a CIA agent.
And they essentially go down
Or a rogue CIA agent?
Yes.
Okay.
In the end, it turns out he is a double agent or has, double-crossed the CIA or whatever. And they go on this, this would traditionally be two men, absolutely, in this kind of movie, right? It's Midnight Run, it's Silver Streak, so Arthur Hiller directed this.
Okay.
He's the guy you get when you want to do a cross-country action comedy,
Love
right?
it.
It's like he did Out of Towners, he did Silver Streak, he did The In-Laws, he did See No Evil, Hear No Evil. He's the guy,
Cool.
essentially.
Great.
So yes, they go on this wacky adventure, and they're trying to get to the bottom of this, and these two dumb, quote unquote, dumb actresses solve this enormous problem.
Yes.
The stakes are high.
Some guys are chasing us because one of them stole a virus that's going to kill and destroy all the plants and all the trees for thousands of miles all the way around. We stole it back, so now they're trying to kill us. You get it?
Jesus, the 60s were good to you, weren't they?
The MacGuffin is high in stakes.
Yes. Oh, there's a vial that one drop in the wind will destroy all plant life within 1,000 miles or something.
So that's the basic layout of the plot. We're introduced to Shelly Long, who's an uptight perfectionist.
Right, she's fencing and she's too aggressive.
Damn it, I don't even know why we have to do this. If you want to do Shakespeare, Shakespearean people have duels.
Not the women.
It's my ambition to play Hamlet.
And she's doing this thing and she's too aggressive. And
The ballet.
yes.
Yes.
We gotta do her leap, of course, right? She leaps. Her long jump is,
Set up,
her plie is.
payoff.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Oh, well, speaking of the writing.
Yes.
The screenwriter is Leslie Dixon.
Okay.
Who, this was her first screenplay. Obsessed. Love it. She also wrote Overboard.
Oh.
Mrs. Doubtfire. The remake of Freaky Friday. The new Thomas Crown Affair.
Oh my God.
And just like Kevin. Probably should have ended with Mrs. Doubtfire, but it's fine. Not for her. I hope she continues to get work. But in the excitement level of telling you,
Sure.
probably should have ended with Mrs. Doubtfire. But like iconic movies, iconic
FCI perhaps.
iconic female characters.
Yes, that's true.
Iconic comedic female characters.
Yes.
Obsessed.
Lots of heart. Lots of
Heart.
Well, and that's what. Okay.
Mixture of genres.
Yes.
And
Great work. I loved in this, like, it's such a story of female friendship.
yes.
About an asshole man that they were fighting over, and then they're like,
Well-
why are we fighting over this asshole?
Why don't you go rushing into his arms, huh?
Well, why don't you?
It's a long way to come to get bad news.
I
know.
love that they are both digmatized.
Yes.
And then they
Literally.
they undigmatize themselves by the end of it through female friendship.
But also, I love that they catch that it's not him because his dick was too small. It couldn't be his.
Well, what the hell?
Well, it's not his.
No way! Look at that!
It's too small.
It's a fucking pencil!
His was much bigger.
Have you heard of the term
Needle
dick?
Does the phrase needle dick, the bug fucker, mean anything to you?
I beg your pardon.
Oh my God! Well, then I mean, Shelly Long's accents are mostly what I wrote down. Eat my leg, kiss me hard.
Hard.
Those are vowel groups. Sorry. Vowel groups. Will you please kiss me hard on the lips?
As they're eating chicken.
Yeah.
Renfield, look at me. I'm drinking wine and eating chicken.
I love a movie where a character's skills are utilized and
Yes.
played up for an outrageous plot,
Yeah.
right? And so I love the fact that we introduce both of their characters and what their capabilities are, and everything by the end pays off. They each get to, I mean, the earring is a little much. The payoff of the earring was a lot.
Oh, sure. That was sure. perfect throw, but whatever.
We set up exactly what each of them is good at, and
Yes.
they each get to utilize the thing that they are good at throughout in this
random
outrageous setting, and it's just so awesome.
It is.
You're an actress. Bullshit him.
I don't use my training to tell lies to people.
Well, what do you use it for?
Right, because we introduced to Bette because she's coming in, she's trying to use a phone to call the phone company.
Howie!
Yeah.
Howie!
Oh, I'm going to have your children. Now, I was kind of hoping that in the end, it would be like her and him somehow met and fell in love and she actually does have his children.
All right, Howie, you're a prince among men. I mean it. I want to have your child.
Turns out it was some stunt casting and we get a cameo from Howie.
Right. It's like, oh, it's Brad Pitt. Or, I mean, like, that would be he was like 8 years old, but,
Like Thelma and Louise Brad Pitt?
I don't know
Is that what we're
when was
talking
that? Is he in that? I've never seen Thelma and Louise.
What?
I know.
Yes, he is the sexy young. They pick him up. He's a hitchhiker.
How old is Brad Pitt?
He was like 20s in that, and that movie came out in the early 90s.
Doesn't matter.
But that wouldn't be stunt casting back then. But
no,
yes.
that's true. That's right.
They'd
Right.
be like, who's this hot guy?
Right. Burt Reynolds. I don't know.
Burt Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds.
We're getting warmer.
I give up.
Surprise.
Who are you?
Now, I do love Peter Coyote in this and think he does a great, smarmy, asshole, sexy, all of it. But I could see Burt Reynolds.
Sure.
But he might have pulled focus.
Maybe.
And we don't need that.
What about Chevy Chase? I was just thinking of
Foul
Play.
He too would have pulled focus, I think.
I
He would have been
agree.
like, I'm funny, I'm the funny one.
Right,
Am I
he'd
funny?
be trying bits,
Be
and it's like, no, shh, this is not about you.
You're a piece of meat.
Yep.
Shh.
Michael was not a guy other guys would have made fun of in the locker room, okay?
We will hate you pretty quickly.
I don't think he could pull off the sort of like shy, innocent.
But I'm just a school teacher.
Oh.
Yeah. I made a fucking pumpkin for him.
Well, it starts, we get, I mean, I wouldn't say a great opening credits, but a fun opening credits.
A lot of these are fun opening credits, and I noticed something after our conversation about Soap Dish. I was like, oh, this is so fun. These opening credits remind me of the Soap Dish opening credits, where it's like little animated whatever, and there's fun music, and then it was like Alan Silvestri, and I was like, April just talked about him.
Yeah, so I was like, man, this score is so fun. I wonder who did it. It's Alan Silvestri, of course it is. And then I was like, what's another 80s score that I vividly remember in my mind that was so Romancing the Stone? I'm going to go ahead and look that. Alan Silvestri.
I love it. That's crazy.
He's got that real rumba South American kind of like fun, jazzy.
Did he do Birdcage? Because I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know.
We're going to look it up, and all of a sudden we'll realize that all of the movies that we picked for this summer camp are all scored.
They're all scored by Alan Silvestri, I will lose my mind.
I will lose it. No, I know they're not. Because one of them is definitely not.
One of them was pre his career, but yes. Well, and the opening credits isn't an Alan Silvestri song. It's a song, and it's fabulous because Patti LaBelle is singing it.
Oh my God, that's right.
Something special.
That's right. I forgot. Ugh.
And the end credits song was the Eurythmics.
Oh.
It was great.
Love it. Great music supervision.
Yeah, into it. Well, another weird connection to Soap Dish.
Okay.
I mean, both these movies are about like actors and in jokes, right?
Yes.
But Shelley Long's I aspire to play Hamlet, on the stage or whatever. It's so great. I mean, that's a connection to the title. Outrageous Fortune is from the Hamlet soliloquy. Yes. And so, but yes, her...
Is it Outrageous Fortune?
Outrageous Fortune.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then she does.
Her drag was really reminding me of, and maybe, I mean, sure, assuming this is on purpose, but it was really giving me Gwyneth Paltrow in Shakespeare in Love.
Oh.
Like a little mustache.
Sure, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that was on purpose.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I love the idea that, in theory, they based Gwyneth Paltrow's off of this.
I love that idea.
I doubt it,
I'm just going to say that's the truth.
Sure.
Right, yeah, so right off the bat, we're introduced to Shelly Long. She's good at everything except dating. When she's talking to Christopher McDonald, Shooter McGavin from
Yes, oh my God, yes. Let's go out to dinner tonight or whatever, right? Oh no.
I thought you were gay.
Yeah.
George, I thought you were gay.
Oh, I am. It's just I play so many heterosexual roles. I feel I really need to do some serious research.
This scene where she has to go ask mommy and daddy for money.
Great.
This was wild.
Come on, Mom, let me in.
No, we can't afford it.
Mom, please.
Is that my...
Daddy!
It was so clearly like, we didn't have them on the day, or we couldn't cast it.
We don't want to film a scene.
We don't want to film a scene. Shelly, just do all of this to a speaker, to an intercom outside of a building.
Love it.
And it was so good.
So good. The check floating down. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you.
Thank you, Daddy.
Oh my God.
We already, you already owe us $5,000.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
30,000 or something it was.
Was it 30?
She said you already owe us like $25,000 or something.
Wow.
And so then now it's another 5. So it's
Yeah.
You will be showered in money.
You will continually throw into crowds irresponsibly.
I know.
When it was a movie thing, but I kept being like, no, whenever you have cash, you put some in this pocket and some in this pocket, some in your shoe and some in your purse, some in your wig. That was just a thing I was always taught to do.
I also just don't really travel with much cash, especially these days.
Sure. I'm not saying I travel with a lot of cash. Let's not put that out there.
No.
But I'm just saying, no, if you have a lot of cash on you, you put it in different places.
Different places.
Squirrel it away a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a lunchbox full of cash that they got. Yes, definitely she should have put some in her, take $5,000 and put it in your purse.
In your little purse.
Well, also she didn't have to throw all of it to everyone.
Exactly.
But,
what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Well, there's so many fun character actors in this, of the ancillary characters. Anthony Heald, which is the other CIA guy who's in the acting class.
Yeah,
So the thing, there's those like certain things that like you're like, that's that guy from that thing. He was the asshole assistant principal from Boston Public.
Oh, I never watched.
And he was an asshole judge on Boston Legal.
Oh. Huh. I was on Boston Legal with you.
I was on Boston Public with you.
And the acting coach guy.
He's Mr. Lundy from
Mrs.
Doubtfire.
Yeah. Robert.
Which now is interesting because she wrote Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's Robert Prosky, who is Mr. Lundy, and he's in this great Michael Mann movie called Thief, just Thief. Oh. He's in Christine. He's in The Great Outdoors, which is another movie I watched a lot as a kid. Did you ever watch that? With Dan Aykroyd and John Candy?
Oh no.
It's like they're two, dads. They're taking their kids up to the lake for and it's like
hijinks ensue.
I remember being great. It might not hold up. I haven't seen it in a while, but I watched it a lot.
Okay, we can add it to the list.
I might want to pre-screen it. Okay. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember. It might be like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Great.
So yeah, lots of little character actors popping up. You go, I know that face. That's from something. That's that guy or whatever. Even Peter Coyote, I couldn't really tell you what he's in.
Sure.
Except this, obviously. But it's like, it's Peter Coyote. That guy.
Yeah.
That guy, It's not Eric Roberts. It's that guy. It's all this acting class stuff.
Oh my God, it's so silly.
Ooh,
yeah.
Whatever.
The vowel groups.
The vowel groups. Bette's face when that was going on was sending me.
Oh
I was really enjoying it quite a bit.
Well, and it was fun because he's like, I'm very egotistical. I don't know why I was doing like a French accent. That was not how he spoke.
I am very egotistical.
Yeah, that was kind of Russian-y-ish. Anyway, so I want everyone's notes after class to like check, and I was like, this is weird. And then it was weird.
Set up, payoff.
Yep.
We needed couriers.
How?
Yeah.
Your notebooks. I left a microdot for him in yours, and he sent back reply in yours.
Can't really fault this script.
No.
I'm going to be honest.
No, it's
Can't
great.
really poke a hole in it.
It was giving me, I was just thinking about, I really miss these kinds of movies.
Yeah.
Short, fun, adventure, very Tremors, City Slickers, just fun, comedic.
When movies were just fun.
Exactly. They're just fun.
It's just fun.
They're two characters that are really fun, and some crazy, conflict happens,
Right.
and they figure it out.
Well, and this is on a grander scale, but that's what I always kind of thought about Ghostbusters.
Sure.
The plot of Ghostbusters, who cares? I want to hang out with these people, these
Right.
funny people
Right.
that are being funny in a funny situation, in a funny plot, but I'm there for the likability and
vibe.
charisma of these actors, basically.
Yeah. And I think that's what's interesting is Ocean's 8, maybe there was something there that didn't quite click.
I forgot about that.
I mean, right?
I was going, there was an 8? It starts at 11. What are you talking about?
You would think that could achieve something like this, and yet it didn't. Book Club, honestly, was a little bit more fun in that regard than like that. But I think part of it's the writing.
Yeah.
Because you have to write the characters. You can't just rely on the actors being fun on their own.
Well, and you have to have a good plot and a tight script.
Yes.
And there's only one thing that it has to be. It has to be good.
That they can then enhance.
Exactly.
But if all of the decisions and the setups and payoffs of this script weren't written well, you wouldn't be into these characters. You'd be like, well, that's dumb.
Yeah.
That's a stupid decision. What are you doing?
Right.
Know? But you are in. You are with them.
Yes.
They're making poor decisions. You are all in. You're like, yes.
Or are they making the right decisions? They kind of nail it at every point.
Well, and even like some of this social commentary, I thought it actually aged well and was really funny when Shelly Long is being very sheltered, privileged white lady. Mm-hmm. I thought it was really funny.
You mean,
Oh, come on now. Don't give me a big song and dance. Oh, no.
We can't go over there.
I can't talk to him.
I'm the only white person here, and you're just like, oh.
And then she's like, there's one.
We've been going for miles, and I haven't seen a single white person on the street.
There's one. Oops, they got him.
That's not funny.
And they're going into the building, and don't worry, we're gonna get raped and killed before we get out of here.
We're not gonna get in that cab. We're gonna be raped and murdered in this building.
You're really determined to have us killed.
Hey, get over yourself. He's not gonna kill us.
Oh, why not?
Because we're gonna be raped and murdered in this building.
It's fine. But I think that's funny, and her character grows over time, and I think it's okay to have characters that are flawed or or have grown up in a certain situation but you understand where they're coming from. You don't approve necessarily of their behavior.
Yes.
And it's funny because they're uncomfortable with it.
Yes.
Bette's the good sounding board for this because she's going, what's your fucking problem?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't talk to him. I went to a private school.
Hey, he looks like a prince. He's gonna love you.
And it's funny. It really worked.
I agree. And I think it's helpful then, too, because it points out how absurd and racist it is. It's not like, oh, yeah, she's a great racist character. It's like, oh, she's a flawed character who has these things, and they're made fun of or they're pointed out that it's wrong, and she learns, and that's a learning opportunity for everyone.
But it's also not
It's not whacking you over the head
and
with
now
it
we
either.
know, and the more you know, oh, hi, black person, I've grown into, I have a speech about how...
No, it's not that serious.
It's a subtle character shift that occurs over the course of the movie.
Yes.
And it's all been set up. Oh, I'm a spoiled, privileged lady. Yep. I get all this money from my parents.
Yep.
I'm insulated in this New York, very specific neighborhood.
Yep.
It's all set up in the character. So when it happens, you understand it and it's funny.
Yeah. Well written.
Fucking loved it.
Yeah. Speaking of the rape and murder building.
Oh my God.
This had me cackling. Shelly Long turns into this...
Marissa Tomei.
I mean, basically this cop, and she's, they're gonna have to squeegee your brains off of this wall.
Police, you're under arrest! Don't even think about it. Don't even fucking think about it. I'll blow your fucking nuts off.
I was dying.
Hey boys, I'm gonna bust your balls.
Well, yeah.
She was doing a lot of mouth work.
A lot of mouth work.
A lot of it.
Oh, we're in the phony ID business as well. Ain't that nice?
Don't even think about it. I'll blow your fucking balls off. Like it was just like a lot of that going on.
Side face.
So
good. Yeah.
They'll have to squeegee your brains off the wall.
It was so much. It was cracking me up.
Nice buns, boys. You've been working out?
That just tossing weapon after weapon down this like fire chute.
All of these switchblades.
Yeah, switchblades. Nice.
And then like a big, like I don't know if it's an AK-47, but like a big automatic weapon. Did we talk enough about the morgue scene before we move on?
No, we didn't talk about the morgue scene at all.
So they're both in love, dickmatized, let's say. They're both dickmatized
by
Peter Coyote.
Yes.
And in this dramatic, his death scene was so over the top. The millisecond he enters the flower shop, it is imploded into particles. Oh my God.
She used to have it like in this cab. It was a shocking turn of events.
Because you didn't see that coming.
No, I did not.
What? You know, it takes a turn.
Yes.
And they go into this morgue, and all the bodies are just out.
Yeah, it was weird.
Not air conditioned.
Not in the little like cubbies or whatever.
I'm fine with it. And this is when we get the reveal that Bette Midler is also dating him.
Love you! Damn right he did. Oh, that's obscene. No, that's reality, baby, because no way did that guy give a shit about you.
And then they, uncover his horrifically burned body, but the bottom half of his body is not burned.
Yeah.
Because
they could identify that was not the member that they were used to.
It was not a memorable member.
No.
It was not.
Well, what the hell? Well, that's not his.
No way, look at that.
It's too small.
It's a fucking pencil.
It's one of those movies where once, the pinball is rolling, it's
gone.
gone.
Yep.
We're going from here, we're going to there. Oh, we tracked down him through his tobacco, which then we tracked back to the taxi cab, which then Howie!
Yeah.
You're a prince, Howie, a prince! And then we track that to the drug,
den, right? And then they get all the money. And then I love that was right. I'll give you $300, and then they take all of the money in the little lunchbox, which was so absurd. And
I was really living for Bette's running.
Yeah. I loved the airport scene where they're trying to get the passenger information.
My name is Anna. Papa sent us over here in a shipping container.
We have not seen him since we was babies. He sent us here in suitcase on train. We escaped.
And we are from Prague. And it's just like...
So much. More accent work.
That was the single biggest crock I've ever had the privilege to hear in my 19 years at this airline. I think that deserves something. What was the name?
I'm impressed. I'll give it to you. It's so stupid.
I loved it so much. Okay, so this is a deep cut.
Okay.
Did that lady seem at all familiar to you, the airport lady?
Perhaps a little.
She's the waitress voice actor in Goofy movie. Eggs. Short stack. Eggs.
No, I don't think I would have ever noticed.
It's the same lady.
Wow.
Short stack?
Right here.
Here you go, hon. Eggs. Eggs. Eggs.
Yeah, right here. Sorry.
Here you go, cutie.
I was like, my little ears perked up. It's like, wait a minute. Wait.
Crazy.
I watched that movie a lot.
Sure.
Eggs. It was I was like...
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. Well, we didn't talk about when they were escaping that weird bird apartment.
Well, I love that. That was so random. It was just like this bird hell of like, they're just going through one bird after another. No one's there. It's just a bunch of birds.
Yeah.
And they're like, they're all like talking, parroting back. And it was very bizarre. Visuals, camp, bright colors, fun sounds.
Let's go to Bette Midler's apartment.
They've been here. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Nobody's been here. This is normal. Come on.
Oh my God, they've been here and robbed the place. We talk about this. Is what it looks like all the time. She's got a bike in her bathtub, and it rides that line really well of like it's two women who are very distinctly different and don't necessarily get along, but then ultimately grow to engage with each other, grow to be friends.
Yes.
It was really refreshing. It was really refreshing watching a comedy, action comedy, starring two women about two women that
certainly, well, it mostly passes the Bechdel test. I guess they are talking about a man for a lot of it, but
but it definitely does.
It definitely
I'm
does.
sure at some point.
Yeah.
But regardless, like even the Bechdel test like has some validity.
Well, sure.
It's like okay. I mean, it is valid, but like you can also have strong female representation without passing the Bechdel test necessarily.
Yes.
But anyway, they talk about their craft. They talk about their acting.
Yes. Oh my God, I loved. Not all of us went to the London School of Shakespearean Weirdness. It was a good line.
So they get themselves onto the plane. I mean, this 80s airport was a nostalgic fun ride of just running through security and just gotta get out of here.
These men are bad.
These men are bad.
No bad or bad. Hold right there.
I love that they had to use like what they have, like she's using all the parts of her outfit, right? Like she's changing, she's being an actress, but like, oh, I've got this scarf. I am Anna from Prague. You know, she's doing all of these things. They have a certain amount of things at their disposal that they're utilizing.
It's like an improv class put into a movie, and it's great. It's
put into like a buddy action comedy adventure.
Yes. It's like, oh, these two women in this acting class, improv or whatever, say yes, and it leads them into this random... Like,
actually, that reminds me, it feels very like The Man Who Knew Too Little in that way. You remember that movie with Bill Murray?
No.
It's basically like, you know those... it's kind of like hip before escape rooms were hip, where you do like scavenger hunts, but there's like actors...
Okay.
You know, like you engage with
different,
and you're like doing a performance, but you're the star, and you kind of are like
sure.
Anyway, in that, Bill Murray is like playing basically Mr. Magoo, like an idiot or whatever, like a Leslie Nielsen kind of character, and he's going through on this crazy adventure that escalates and escalates and escalates. And
rat race.
It's rat race. Like he's just saying yes to, and he's fumbling his way through this craziness, and it feels like that in that way.
Yeah. So, quick commercial break, and we will be back with more Fabulous Buns.
So yes, they get on the airplane, and they're making it to Santa Fe. Now, did you catch this? It might just be because I've seen this so many times. They're deboarding the plane, and the CIA guys have caught up with them.
And their little private jet, yeah.
But when they're deboarding, I was like, is that Stanislav coming?
Yes.
And I was like, wait a minute. He kind of looks like him, but he doesn't look like him. And then later it makes sense why he kind of looks like him, but doesn't totally look like him.
Why?
And he pulls his face mask off in the car.
Oh, right.
So there's that thread there, and it's planted. It's not drawn attention to. It's a wide shot. He's just kind of there, and I went, that sort of looks like that guy. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I think it's him, but I don't know why he would be there.
He would be there. And then, the mask.
I'm taking off my face to reveal my face. Because it was very similar. It wasn't like you're a totally different person. It was like you look vaguely like the person you are. But you have okay. It turns out the CIA, the people who've been chasing them are actually CIA, and they're the good guys, and Peter Coyote has faked his death because he's taken the fluoroxine, the horrible poison, and he's going to sell it to the Russians for more money, and and he's
then
playing...
he double crosses all of them.
He's playing a double cross game, and they've kidnapped them, the KGB guy.
Yes.
So it turns out Stanislav is a secret KGB agent. This is a scene I so vividly remember as a child where she escapes and is running and fakes her death.
Yeah.
Because, good, set up and payoff.
Yep.
Earlier in the acting class.
This can only be the achievement of years of training. No other way would we ever see so false a performance.
This fake out, another similar to the flower shop where, what was your reaction?
Right, you're like, well, I mean,
Not that you thought she would be dead, but like it's a pretty good sell. You're
like,
I at least think she's like hurt.
I never died better, did I, Teach?
I saw where it was going. I saw where it was going, but I was like, oh, but she nailed it this time. Nailed it, bitch. You take that gun off of him.
Yes. How dare you defraud the entire New York theater community?
Yes, exactly.
Stop with the KGB. How dare you defraud the entire New York theater community?
Lauren. Like, that's what she's upset about.
Exactly. And Bette's like, I think there are worse things going on here.
It's going to be all right. How could you? Well, and we haven't even reached my third favorite character in the movie, George Carlin.
Oh, sure.
I thought he was so funny. Did you love him?
He was fun.
This burnout. They end up in this teeny tiny town, and he's just this hippie burnout that's been there since the 60s and just doesn't give a fuck.
You're looking for a guide, right? A native Indian to show you the hidden wonders of this great Chickasaw nation? Well, ladies, you have found him.
I don't want to be the first to break this to you. You are not an Indian.
That's a technicality. I've been a blood brother to the Chickasaw since 1968.
Just gets, railroaded by them.
Yeah.
And I just really enjoyed it.
We gotta use your phone.
Forget it. You stiff me for $20. You leave me in drag. You got some maniac with a knife chasing you. These things do not tempt me to want to team up with you guys.
I guess, that's probably the one problematic part of this movie is, their portrayal of Native Americans. It was definitely the 80s of it all.
It's right on the edge. I don't think it's oh my God, offensive.
No.
It's stereotypical. And I was wondering if the George Carlin of it all was gonna be because he's I'm an authentic Native American guy.
But they clearly call him out on it right away. They're who are you fucking kidding?
That's the joke is he's a burnout, loser who's appropriating their culture and we don't like him for that.
Right.
He is still funny as a character.
I agree with all of that. It's just when it becomes cowboys and Indians and it's you're no. But
I think at the time it was making a light social commentary on cops cowboys and Indians.
Yes, I do think so.
And the Indians in this are portrayed as the heroes, the cavalry. They're coming in. They get to do stunt work.
Yes.
I don't know. They didn't seem to be overtly in any kind of red face. I don't know exactly. It was lightly a little dated. Oh, you have one-dimensional, stereotypical characters of this minority. That was as far as it went. It didn't go over the edge.
It wasn't that really ruined it.
No. Oh my God, what about the brothel scene where they dress up in drab, they steal George Carlin's clothes?
Who you think you're kidding, huh? How old are you boys? 13?
They're 13-year-old boys. Oh, come on. And then they immediately start playing it up. Get out of here. Oh, my God.
Your daddy know you're here?
Hell yes, he told us where to come. Come, get it?
Oh, I love this hat. I want the hat, when they're changing. And then George Carlin's in there.
In their dress.
It's just he's just getting railroaded the whole time. It's so funny.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my head?
Are you okay?
No. I think I'm getting sober.
So yes, now they're rogue. They're away from the CIA. We have to call the president. Where's the phone?
You guys stay more than 5 minutes, you'll bring down a goddamn tornado.
No intention of hanging around.
Fine.
As I make this call, I must have that blouse. That shirt has my name on it.
Always here for a shopping break in the middle of
trying to call the president because there's a very serious threat to the nation. Well, and this was a fun little, I guess, again, a setup and a payoff where there's a truck full of construction workers or whatever that are catcalling them and whistling.
Woo, yeah.
Now, why do they do that? Has there ever been one woman in the history of the world who actually said, yes, fellas, please, take me now?
And then 20 minutes later, boy, we got it, That's so stupid.
But yes, we get to this, to me, iconic finale.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, this, again, is so vividly imprinted in
This was also very Tremors, though. That's what
yes, in my tiny, tiny middle school brain. I mean, I'm sure so much of this was going over my head. I was just fun, ladies, on adventure, doing fun accents. This is funny. I like this. But all of the Borg stuff, I'm sure I was I don't know. That doesn't look like his leg, I guess. You know what I mean?
Wait, what?
Like the morgue scene. I'm sure I had
morgue
no
stuff.
idea what was going on as a middle schooler.
Right.
Or I was might even in elementary school. When I was
right. That you were I don't understand. Yeah, needle dick, whatever.
I think I was just they're funny. I like them.
Yeah, sure.
Aren't they so fun and so funny? They like blouses too. I like blouses. Anyway, yes, this big showdown, helicopter switching the briefcase and the vial. So the 4 fingers and her jumping and this leap. I mean, I got chills. I was oh, I remember this. I remember this. Yes, they were multiplying. 8 years of ballet, you asshole! As he's dying.
9 years of ballet, asshole!
As he is straight up dying. I was like, yeah, you know what, deserved. Fuck that guy.
He did deserve it. This also gave me kind of like cliffhanger vibes too.
Yes, which I don't think you'll argue with me, but cliffhanger is camp.
Yes. Yes.
Full camp.
Semi-bro camp.
But
a little, not as much as like a Top Gun, you know, like it's
right.
or like a Con Air, like, you know.
Or Universal Soldier.
Point Break.
Then they saved the world, or at least all of California, from having
well, New Mexico, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think they said it would like blow through.
Yeah, or whatever. Right.
Something like that. The incompetent CIA people, you know, they show them all up and save everything. And then she gets to put on her female Hamlet.
Which moves everyone to tears.
I mean, I honestly, I want to see Bette Midler as this character doing Ophelia's mad scene. Yes, I do.
God,
yes, I do.
Yes.
Want to see it.
Yes.
So yes, cheers to this fucking fabulous movie about
so fun.
Female friendship.
Yep.
And just two powerhouse comedians doing what they do best.
Yeah.
And again, I'm really sad we didn't get more of this pairing.
It's true.
I think that they had so much chemistry and were both so funny.
Yes. Agreed.
So.
Yeah. Cheers to fabulous bunts.
Cheers to Shelly and Bette.
And accent work.
Oh my God.
Thank you.